On Friday, Vipers were supposed to play AC Villa, but did that end the title race entirely? Fresh from Doha is Aisha. Good morning. I can see you. So what's with the African print? Is that a top or a jacket?
It's a jacket. It looks very nice, I think.
It's too much color all over the place.
It's a Monday. Be happy.
So you got this from Doha?
No, I did not. No, I did not. This I got from here.
Okay, so what were you doing in Doha?
We were there for a women in sport media workshop. Yes, since I'm a woman and I'm in sports and I'm in the media, it was only right I was at that workshop.
Wow.
So quite a lot discussed in terms of just having more coverage for women's sport essentially. So we had the chance to listen to almost everyone from the BBC, ESPN.
BBC is having women's football awards.
They're having awards, and essentially this entire month is they're going to step up the coverage for women's sport all around. So it's not just the football.
Right.
They're going to do it for the cricket, for almost all the other sports, and focus on only women athletes throughout this entire month. And they do that. They've started doing that since the London Olympic 2012 Olympics. So it's quite a good initiative. While there, we had a chance to watch the Diamond League, which was making its, the opener was in Doha, Qatar, so we had a chance to watch that, and the Mo Farah, Justin Gatlin, you're talking Alison Felix, were all down there competing.
Wow.
I have a funny story about Mo Farah. We go to the same gate to try and get in because they supposed to come in and walk around with the crowd and drive on all these very beautiful cars. So they stopped him from coming in because essentially they didn't know who he was.
Oh my
So I'm standing right at the entrance and shouting, "That's Mo Farah! That's..."
And they're like,
and who is that? I'm like, you paid millions to have him come
and
to
you
this
don't
race.
even know who he
and
is.
you don't know who he is.
Wow.
Eventually, someone who knew some Arabic came and had to explain that that's Mo Farah, and they allowed him in. But they didn't care who he was and didn't know who he was. But he was essentially the biggest star at that particular meet.
Wow.
Eventually finished only second, but I thought that was a good experience. And to see the triple jump, which you think is one of those events, but I think on the night, Christian Taylor and Pablo Prashad really came up with some really, really beautiful jumps. So
I hope you talked about funding for women's sport, especially when it comes to netball here.
Yes.
You know, we have...
That was as well, because it's not the same when you look at sports practiced by the men. Like football will get all this funding and this sort of thing. And I think it should be the same for the women's sport, especially when they are successful. They're going to a World Cup. And I think that's something that we need to talk with our officials from the government as well.
All right, Aisha will be hooking us up with more from the Qatar visit. We'll put a report together and she will make sure she updates us on what she was up to there. Very, very insightful stuff there, we must say. But the Azam Premier League.
Yes.
The other day, a tweet from Mark Namanya. Vipers surely playing like the Azam Premier League champions.
Yeah. And rightly so, because I did not have a chance to watch this one, but I saw the pictures and I saw the updates on one of our media forums, and they say it was the biggest crowd out there. And if you look at the back page of the Daily Monitor from Sunday, as well as the Monday cover, you can't see the crowds that made it down there at Nachivubo. You might fault Villa for so many things, the crowd violence and so many things, the boardroom points, but you cannot fault them for the manner in which they've organized fans to go down there and watch the games. It was one of the biggest crowds. You could think Cranes was playing or something like that. Eventually, though, Vipers outplayed them, and on the field especially, 2-0 it was, Farouk Mia getting one of those goals against Villa, and that means, pretty much means that they will be champions. Even with one game still left to play, Vipers are on 66 points, Villa on 62, and KCC far behind on 54, URA as well on 50. Other results saw Victoria University beat up on Bright Stars 1-0. Simba were 3-1 winners against Sutherland Paints. Soana beating up on KCC 2-1, whereas URA beat up on Police 2-1, and Bull and Express playing out to a goalless draw, whereas Kira Young managed to put 7 past an Entebbe side that is already relegated in this race. So relegation candidates Entebbe, Renshama and Soana, who are trying to give it a kick of sorts. They are on 31. Kira Young as well on 31. Soana beat up on KCC. Kira Young beat up on Entebbe, and the last game will determine who will eventually go down. If any of them drop points, then there will be the side that will be going down in the Azam Uganda Premier League. All
right. My favorite team, Masav, is in the big league. Which Ginger side got the promotion?
It was Ginger Municipal that eventually will be joining the top tier league after a 6-2 win over Ginger SS Tirinya. And in the other cup final, so Maroons up against Saints, and Maroons winning that one 1-0 eventually. So Maroons will be playing in the top tier league after they got relegated after all that FUFA, USL, UPL chaos. But they're right back in the top league, and I can't wait to see what Asaf Mwewaze and his boys are going to be doing up here. They were playing some very good football in the big league, and also before they got relegated were known as the Barcelona side of Uganda. So should be pretty to see how they compete up here. So against Saints 1-0, they will be playing in the big league, and will be joined by Ginger Municipal, the other side that got promoted.
All right, let's talk some local basketball. Onto the Airtel National Basketball League. KIU against City Oilers.
Eventually getting their first defeat against City Oilers. Kami Kabanga in impressive form, 18 points for him. Henry Malinga answering back with 15 points for KIU, but they were simply not enough, and that meant that they did not win. Other results saw in the women's side, KCCA beating up on A1 Challenge. Claire Lamono, 23 points from her. She has been very, very impressive in the women's league. 67-56 the final score in that one. KIU bouncing back though over the weekend on Sunday, beating up on Gladiators 72-52. The UCU Lady Cannons also beating up on Kumba 67-45. Falcons beating Diamond in the Sun 81-65, a game where Okal Ariel had 23 points to his name in that particular fixtures. Warriors also picking up a win 91-43 against Bushcoats, and our savior, Branza Savior, losing a game against the UCU Cannons 70-58 in some of the fixtures that were played yesterday.
The loss of our saviors is not a surprise, but I want to talk about Golola Moses. Many people say that it was not a deserved win. It was not convincing. They're asking, when will he ever take on? And we say Golola is a good fighter.
I don't know. I think because his out of the ring persona has morphed into this almost comedian and PR machine. I think it's mostly comedian, and the things he says and all. So it's hard to take him seriously even when he's in the ring. I think that's been his undoing as well, because he's made a lot of money from what he has become outside of the ring. But I think when he gets into the ring, it's very hard to take him seriously. So that's why when he has these 50-second knockouts or 37-second knockouts, no one really can take it seriously at the end of the day. So it's tough.
Well, of course, I was very excited about the match, and then boom, he lands this. I don't even know whether to call it a punch or, I don't know.
And it was shown on live on NTV. That should have been a short one. I mean,
50 seconds were out. But, well, Gola Moses, congratulations. I will be hosting Gola Moses in a couple of days to talk about this fight and why some people say he cannot beat. Obviously, you can kind of predict what he will say, but prediction. I thought we were going to lose this match, and boom, a draw.
I thought you were going to lose that match. I had a chance to watch that one. United had all the possession. Unfortunately, possession does not win all the games, but United were the better side. You can't say they scored both the goals, both their goal and your goal, and Tyler Blackett on goal. 1-1 it is, and I think Arsenal will take that third position.
All right, Gerald, a very sad send-off.
Yeah, Crystal Palace don't care about that, whether you're going or not. That was it for him. But we have to talk about the fastest hat trick breaking Robbie Fowler's 21-year record. Sadio Mane over the weekend, 6-1 thumping over Aston Villa, but also the fastest hat trick in there by Sadio Mane, 2 minutes 56 seconds. Yeah.
All right. All right, so there's more sport. Of course, we'll talk about Barcelona's triumph. You can catch more of that later on Omumuli at 1:30 p.m. It's about 4 minutes on to 9 o'clock. Friday Nakas is coming up with Mwasuzemtia. Lots of you watching online, and I got a message from a gentleman I call neighbor Daudi Mbabazi. Thank you so much for watching, and the rest of you, please feel free to go to our Twitter handle at morning at NTV. African Jams, Alan Gumisiriza, thank you so much for watching. Ignatius Devota, definitely watching. Guys from CS Bag, thank you so much for watching the show. And I will catch you tomorrow morning, first thing at 7 a.m. morning at NTV. Bye-bye.